Alrighty-o then. Streaming? Streaming? Yeah. Yeah, streaming. Yeah, streaming. Yeah, streaming. The logs are in your skin, Makash. Huh? Okay. Hi, Makash. Oh my golly gosh, foraging. Yes. Foraging is time. It is time for foraging. It is time. He's the forager at last. I say time for foraging like I've... Oh, shit. Like I've never done foraging before. Anyway, let's return to the foraging update after like months. Months of no foraging into foraging. That being said, actually, what do I do? Do I do fig trees or do I do mangrove? Has Sidron talked to me? No. Do I buy things from Kiara? I'm gonna buy things from Kiara. I'm gonna do it. I did it, and I'm gonna sell it. And I'm gonna hope that that profited. In before it did not. 500k. And then I sold it for 3 mil. Feels like profit, even though it's probably not. I don't have my nice maths, so I can't do 582k times 6. Sorry, times 5 is what I should be doing. 2.9 mil, and then I sold it for 2.997. CBA to do the rest of them, but sure. Now, what do I have? Do I have? I've got the ocelot on. Should I do mangrove? I don't know. I don't know whether I do mangrove. See, mangrove is more annoying to mine. So maybe I do fig. But then with fig, hmm, you're the mining guy, right? That guy mines. Why are you cutting trees? This is not mining. I mean, I was mining last stream. So, you know, it's not like yeah. I might do mining next stream. You never know. See, people, what's his name? Um, Lucas was complaining I had not done foraging, so I've done foraging. That being said, if you complain about me not doing a thing, it doesn't make me want to do it, though. Like, if you say, oh my god, he's not done fishing. Yeah, there's never going to be any fishing. He's not done dungeons. Oh my god. Nah. You're the mining guy and not the mining and cutting trees guy. That is facts. That is facts, real and true. It is surprising that I'm foraging today, to be honest. Very surprising. Actually, I should chop down one fig tree so I can get my whispers or whatever it is. Joking also. Indeed we do. Indeed we do be joking. Do I have beacon 10? Hold on a minute. Let me finish my tree. Hello, Fetcher. There we go, tree finished. Where's the beacon again? It's over here. Yes, I do have beacon 10. Fetcher is real. Indeed he is. But yeah. Fetcher in the chat. Let's go. OT's been getting into Blaze Slayer. Huge. Huge news. See, if I had PV, I would PV myself, because I was literally about to say, like how much fucking Blaze XP do I have? Because that's one of those things where it's like I don't see myself like leaving Blaze off at exactly 1,000,000. Yeah, I have gone. Wait, no, I haven't. Nah, I'm going on Skycrypt. How much Blaze XP do I have? Because if I've left it at exactly 1,000,000, then that needs to go. That needs to go. Okay, I haven't, thank God. Because I did leave Enderman on exactly 1,000,000. And some people do leave their slayers on exactly 1,000,000 because they think it looks good. And I guess sometimes, you know, I can't say it looks bad or anything, but I'm not leaving my slayers on 1,000,000 for looks. Blaze Slayer 6 and I've never entered floor 7. I mean, I'm Blaze Slayer 9 and I'm like fucking Kata 27. I think. Or am I Kata 24? There's no way I'm Kata 24 still, right? Nah, I'm 27. In the catacombs. You've been playing Iron Man? Nice. That's nice. I've been doing a whole lot of fucking nothing. Which is depressing to reflect back on, but it's true. It's facts. It's real and true. It needs to not be true, but it is true. Do you like Frog and Jade? Wait. Do you like Frog or Jade drag for foraging pet? Eh? I don't have a Jade dragon, no, if that's what you're asking. Also, this will not be the most efficient foraging session ever. In fact, this will probably be one of the least. You'll look at my foraging and be like, what the fuck is he doing? How is he barely aiming at the trees while reading chat? Why does he look like a new player when he's mined for so long that he has like billions of mining XP? Nah, I'm fine with not having a J drag. When you quit skyblock, you should hypermax an AOTJ. I will not hypermax an AOTJ, and I've somewhat already quit skyblock. Somewhat. You know, I'm in that stage where, like, you know, I'm still AFKing, but I'm not playing. I'm AFKing, but not playing. And I'm AFKing for those wonderful mining XPs that my minions give me. Even though I don't, like, my account itself doesn't need to, I just need anyone to be on my island. I.e. my ult. I can just have my ult account on my island and we're good. Makash, I can see your future destiny will reach you. That sounds ominous and concerning. Also, my destiny, yeah, destiny is not hypermaxing. Yeah, can't fucking speak, man. My destiny is not hypermaxing an AOTJ. Derpy in a week. I will be. Do I collect my minions on stream? What do we think? Should I collect my minions on stream, chat? I think I did it last time. You'll get to see my ice collection go up by another like 300 mil. Or 300 and something million. How fun. 1,642 magical power, nice. Is it BP? No, it's AB. Oh, I don't even get to see my magical power. Yeah, my magical power is at it's at 1513, 1,513. Not great. You got a J Dragon, you regret it. in a way. What do you regret about your J-Dragon purchase? Why are there regrets? See, you try and say out the meme, it doesn't work. Like, regrets just sounds a little bit too much like regrets. Just the word in general. The meme doesn't work in verbal form as well. Also, can you tell I've not streamed for... I've streamed... Or, this is a more frequent stream than the last stream, and I fucking... You know... I was better at communicating last stream, I swear. What's going on? This is bullshit. Not getting over 700 sweep. I thought sweep... I mean, I say I thought, but I'm pretty sure sweep is diminishing returns there. I guess still 700 is quite good, but... Should probably collect your minions during derpy. I mean, it's the best time to, if your minions are XP. Or if your minions are 4 XP, then yeah, derpy is a great time to collect. That, or you collect it during a time where they give you double XP for no reason. Or actually, no, there was a good reason why they gave you double XP that one time, but anyway. You collect it during a nice multiplier going on. But then, you know, minions aren't always for XP. You can have minions for, like, actual, you know, their purpose, resources. In which case, you don't really need to collect them at any time in particular. But then, because you don't need to collect them at any time, you can still just collect them during derpy and get your extra little bit of XP of whatever XP that minion gives you. Alright then. Recipe Mang. Now, I don't care for efficiency's sake, I'm just foraging for the shits. For the XP, maybe? I guess? I don't know. So that's the thing, like, I don't know why I'm even foraging. Why am I foraging it, chat? What am I foraging for? I could be foraging for foraging 50. Or even foraging 54, whatever the max foraging is. Why don't you leave minions and hope for a derpy and holiday skill XP boost? I think that's what I had last time I did a derpy. I think. I'm not actually sure. Because I think derpy last time did actually have an extra little bit of XP boost with it. Or maybe they got rid of it during, you know, like when derpy came out. I don't know. But that is true, but like, having to leave the minions for another 4 months is a bit of annoying. A bit of an annoyance. Because what if like next derpy they don't have that extra skill XP boost? Like basically I might need to buy the extra storage at that point. Because they'll do, what is it, around about 4 stacks of enchanted packed ice per... Okay, let's say like a stack of enchanted packed ice per month. So if you wait 2 derpy cycles, you're going to have 8 stacks of enchanted packed ice in each minion. And, I mean, that isn't filling it up. But, you're getting close. You're getting close. What if you began multitasking, mining and foraging in 2 different accounts? Max efficiency, trust them. Why would you use 2 different accounts when you can just get all of the stats on 1 account? If you're not going to be... Like, that's the thing, you can't mine, you know... It's against the rules to mine with 2 accounts at the same time. So if you're gonna do foraging and mining, you might as well do it on the same account. There's no reason to split it. Yeah, derpy in a week is nice. They don't really enforce it. Do they enforce bannable offences a lot anyway? Other than like the more easier to detect ones. I don't know, man. Rules were meant to be broke and eat the rich. Eat the rich people when they become rich. Oh dear. You're still annoyed at the admins for the latest update? What'd they do? Wait, was that the update where they got rid of Fortune working on private islands? Because I thought that might have been like... I thought they might have done an update since then, but I guess not. Guess it's not been that long since that update either, though. See, these things I should probably have in the personal deleter. But they have made them rarer, so at least I won't get as many during the stream. 023.3 isn't the latest update anymore. I see, I see. Because when I joined, it said, oh, latest update 023.3, I think. I think that was what it said. I should check the forums, probably. Let's see. High track, that is not what I wanted. Forums, what are you saying? Skyblock. Patch notes. August 19th. AKA the 19th of August. Just, yeah, that's just bug fixes. When was 023.3 though? That was today? No. That is the 5th of August, I see. I see, I see. Oh, shit. There we go. Well, anyway, things that have happened since the last stream. I've got 32 gigs of RAM in my computer now. That's pretty cool. I can run multiple instances of Minecraft at the same time, which is nice if I want to be AFKing on Skyblock. You know, on my private island, just AFKing it up. And then, you know, do a little bit of vanilla, which I've been thinking of doing, but then not actually doing. Because, you know, big procrastination and all that. Big procrastination comes for us all. We must fight against it. Become productive in our own goals of life and shit, I guess. But, you know, potentially vanilla activities. Now, one of the things that I wanted to do in my vanilla world was make a guardian farm. And the thing that was holding me back was I was trying to remember like a sand spreader design that El Mango and probably Hermitcraft, and yeah, there's like a sand spreader design that'll you can have a sand pusher, and then you have you just place sand and then the piston will push it along. But when it gets to the end, obviously, pistons can only push so much. You want an extender. You want a slime block thing to just like keep it going, and then just have one of those going across. Or just have like a line of those going across the ocean monument, and then you can just AFK place sand at a certain rate, and then dig out your ocean monument fully drained. But yeah, I didn't know what the sand extender was, and I found it. So that's been pretty cool. Have I actually implemented it in my survival world? No. You think I would do things? You think I would actually follow through on my own plans? No. That's for later me to figure out. I'm gonna go now. Go hypermax that AOTJ. Fair. I won't hypermax the AOTJ, but you never know, I might hypermax something else. I'll hypermax my divan armor or something. Or hypermax, what is it? I'll hypermax my... Let's see if I can add anything more to my Frozen Blaze. Mangrove reward. More sweep and more foraging XP. You love to see it. You love to see it. But yeah, it is almost September time. I've got lots of things going on in October, but then again, I've also got a lot of things. I say a lot of things going on. There's interesting stuff happening in October, and then there's also more interesting stuff happening in September. But all for my own entertainment. See, October is like, you know, Windows 10 dying, so I get to use Linux all the time. There's something else that holds Linux back for me. Which also might be happening soon. Basically, a new video on the channel might be occurring. Imagine that, I don't know how many people watching have played Smash Bros. Brawl. I guess the same thing happens with Smash Ultimate. But then, you know, how many have played Smash Ultimate either? But you know, like the challenger approaches thing? That's like a new video from me. It's like, new video approaching. No way. Makash Cobble Gen V3. Not quite. Something a little different. Something a little interesting. It's my raft tour. Yeah, that's sort of what it is. My raft tour will be coming soon. That is, like, the next thing I want to do. But the problem is, like, it's something I want to post to the Raft subreddit. In which case, I'm gonna be like, ah, shit, I wanna sound normal and, you know, like a normal human. Because, like, on live stream, I'm just vibing. I'm just, things coming to mind, they're coming out of mind and into stream. Simple as that. But I think if I'm posting something to Reddit, I could probably do the exact same thing and no one would care, but I kind of want it to be a little bit more, I don't know, presentable maybe? But yeah. I mean, one of the other issues with it is me playing on that game is, you know, it's going to be running at like 20 FPS at most. And in reality, it's probably going to be more like 15 at most. Maybe averaging 10 FPS. Which I'm not actually sure if that's like, I don't know if that's okay or not. Like, some people might actively not be able to watch it because the FPS is so low. So I'm concerned, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. So what if I record the whole thing and make like a banging video, you know, I've said like everything perfectly. I've explained everything I wanted to explain. Showed off my raft in its entirety. And then, like, you know, the comments are like, fucking hell, I can't watch this because it's at 10 FPS and it's giving me a headache. Like, that would actually just be devastating. But also, there's a limited amount, because like, either I record it while I can, while I can still use Windows 10, which realistically I could probably use Windows 10 to record it anyway. Um, like if I just disable, I don't know, oh, actually, no, you know what I could do? Ooh, what if I ran it on Linux through some some VM or something? But then that's gonna have some performance impacts, which is quite literally the opposite of what I want to do. So I'm not entirely sure what the performance issue is. Well, I mean, I know what the issue, I know why it's low. I think it's pretty obvious, but like, I'm not sure what part of the computer. I mean, I'm like 90% sure it's the CPU. But you never know. Maybe it could be like the graphics card as well. Maybe having a better graphics card would actually give me more FPS than that. But I'm like 90% sure it's the CPU. But I think the issue that I am thinking of is like, if making it more presentable, I think it would be fine. Like, people probably wouldn't have a good reason to complain if it was around 30 FPS. If that RAV tool was at 30 FPS, I think, people would be a lot more understanding. I mean, people would be understanding regardless, but I think people would, people would tank it, I think. I think 30 FPS isn't unwatchable. But the problem is, like, 10 FPS kind of is unwatchable at times. Or probably. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll just have to see how it turns out. But it's not looking great. The chances are... Oh, also, foragers. When I get another token of the mountain, sorry, token of the forest, what do I put it on? Or does it not matter at this early stage now that I'm Heart of the Forest 5? I guess I could put it into that. Wait, I have a token, I think. Yeah, I think I have a token. Hold on a minute, hold. Do I do tree gifts? Because I think tree gifts may have been buffed. Why do you always start streaming when I can't watch? I started stream at 8 PM. It was a pretty normal time for me. That is unfortunate though, and it is foraging as you kind of requested. It's foraging. But you would know, Lucas. What do I do with my extra token? Do I do tree gifts? Do I do 250 tree gifts? I guess it's pretty obvious I don't do those two. Okay. What am I doing? I want to go into here. Or would that be ambient? Luck of the Forest gives extra foraging XP. That would probably be the better idea then. Just gonna full send it. Why not? Why can you only watch them? Makash isn't streaming. Lol. The unfortunate timing of Makash streams. They appear and then they're gone. Gone for a week. Or two. It's more likely two nowadays, but... Actually, I haven't checked how long it's been since the previous stream. Has it been a week? Because I did want to stream a lot, you know, I wanted to stream a lot uh, earlier. Earlier as in, you know, more frequently than twice a week. Or one time in 2 weeks. That's what I meant. And I was going to be like, oh yeah, I'll stream within the next 4 days. And then I became busy. I was like, ah, shit. I can't then. Gotta go enjoy the foraging. I expect top 10 XP next stream. Oh no. Top 10 foraging XP, oh no. I don't think I can compete with Lucy. Or the other people in top 10. Foraging might, you know, might be a lost cause. You know what I could do? I could stream the, whatchamacallit, the mining fiesta. But the problem is it's 12 hours, which means that it'll be like 9 AM tomorrow. Did I get that right, actually? Oh, no, it doesn't tell me unless I'm on fucking 1.8. That's another W for 1.8. It'll tell me when the event is, exactly. But yeah, 9 AM tomorrow I could be doing a mining fiesta. Although I probably will be sleeping, but in theory I could be doing a mining fiesta. I think Hodge Lucas is probably gone by now, but regardless, see you next time, I guess. See you next stream. Hell yeah. Anyways. Forgot where I was, I forgot where I was when talking about my survival world draining the ocean monument thing. I probably finished the topic, but be a fun thing to do at some point. But realistically, the thing I need to do is the raft thing. Makash, I've started doing Touch of Death combos with Steve. It's so fun. Oh no. Oh no. He's becoming top tier Steve. He's doing nils. He's killing at 30. It's over. But that's nice, man. Big dub. I was playing a little bit of Steve, and then realized I'm bad at playing Steve. But then realized that the way that you get good at playing Steve is playing more Steve. So, you know, maybe I should play some Steve. Maybe I should. See, Kirby is just a bit too fun, I think. Whenever I play Smash, Kirby just feels way, easier to win with, which makes sense because it's my main. But then, it makes sense of like, if people say tier list wise, Sonic is top 2, and Steve is top 1, and Game & Watch is top 3, how come my Kirby, how come I can win better with my Kirby? And plus, it's not like, I don't know, man. I feel like it should be easier to win with those characters, even with my less experience with them, you know? Oh well. But yeah. Game & Watch, Steve, Sonic, all those ridiculous characters. Top 3 even. Steve, Sonic, Game & Watch in that order. You've actually been doing them for a few months now. You got really consistent with them. Nice. It's what you like to see. See, the thing is, Steve combos look so cool though. I quite like the nil combos. You don't see enough of them in tournament. I wish they were more common, you know? And it's funny because whenever like a really good one gets hit, it generally means that the opponent has gotten 0 to death. They are just dead, it's over. You know, they got hit by one thing with Steve and they died. Classic Steve. Which, the thing is, they look cool and they're hard to do. But then any time that happens, it's just the entire chat's like, Steve moment. Let's ban Steve. Why is he legal? Ah well. Anyways, yeah, I know about Susu. He does do more of the combos, I think. I haven't seen a Smash tournament in a while. I think there's just less of them nowadays. Maybe there's less European ones for the French to go to. Because there's a lot of French players. And a lot of... it's probably like a norm... I think it's weird because there's a lot of French players. And then it's just like a normal amount of every other European player. Actually, there's not that many British players. Maybe it's more that we just don't go to, tournaments outside of our country. Maybe that's just how it works. Yay, he's back. I'm back. Back in action. Back in foraging. Steve, you gotta learn so much tech, it's ridiculous. Well, you say you have to. The opportunity is there for you to. You don't have to have all the tech, but you can get better with the tech. It's a better way of looking at it. You can improve your gameplay with more tech, or you can just play Steve better. Maybe, I don't know. I guess playing Steve better is just doing the tech, isn't it? But I don't know. Smash players talk about like neutral and advantage and disadvantage. I don't know, man. Just play the game. Simple as that, really. Just play the game. Just play the game well. But yeah, regardless, hello owns. I don't know if I responded to owns. I probably didn't. But regardless, hi owns. We're praying that one of these days Cerebro or Akola learns how to consistently do nil combos, because once they do, they'll never lose a set again. I mean, I feel like maybe they just want to go for the full combo all the time, as opposed to just... Because what you really should do is be okay with settling for getting up tilt up smash or up tilt nil 1 up smash. Because if you can at least put those in, you're like killing way earlier. You're just doing good. If you can, those ones, I mean, they're hard. They're not easy, but they're a lot easier than the, 1 full block and then, 2 block space and then 2 block space, up smash. That does kill earlier, but you know, it's a lot easier to drop. There's a lot of tech that you basically have to learn or you're not going to be winning with Steve. I don't know. It does make me wonder if Spargo... Say, it's always like, oh, if Spargo had Steve, what would he, you know, how well would he play with it? Would anyone be able to beat him with Steve? But then it's more of a case of like, no, Spargo is just better with sword characters, I bet. I mean, with just any character, to be fair. He, you know, his plant would destroy many a player. In fact, Sonic's even. Beat Sonic's with plant. That's kind of crazy. But imagine he had Steve on his character roster, if you will. Steve Spargo. Or Spargo Steve. Look at Steve like, or he's Luigi, where if you miss the combo at 0, then you can't combo anymore, which is not true. You can still do the nil finisher. Yeah, I mean, well, Steve has is just a lot in general. But still down air being as broken as it is kind of insane. And then, what was that? Down tilt? It's pretty cool. I like the down tilt minecart combo. Although I'm not sure if that's true. That might not be a combo. But down tilt minecart's pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Why stop at Spargo? Imagine if Leo or Hurt used Steve. I mean, Hurt probably... I mean, Hurt had a Sonic for dealing with Doramigi. But yeah. Like, Game & Watch... Not Game & Watch. Like, Mia has a Steve. But I feel like his Steve isn't... I mean, his Steve is good. But it's not like his Game & Watch. And his Game & Watch... You know, like 3 tiers down on the tier list, but 3 tiers? 3, like, spaces, 3 characters, if you will, down on the tier list, and he just, I feel like he just does a lot better with it. But then, I don't know. I like what Rockman does with Steve, and some of the stuff he does with Steve makes you think, like, hold on, how is this guy not able to do this against everyone, and then just win, because he can kill you at 3%? But it's the neutral. It's the neutral and everything else around Smash that you need, as well as the Rockman combos, I guess. So if you had Rockman's combos and then Akola's neutral, maybe, or Spargo's neutral, or gameplay, I don't know. See, I'm not into Smash enough to know whether neutral is just everything aside from combos, and I don't know. There's like multiple aspects of the game, because apparently there's like, you know, not stage. It's like ledge trapping, edge guarding, many things of the game. Game Watch is more broken than Steve and more miserable to fight than Steve. I'd say Sora is probably... I say Sora, just... There was one player, one laggy online Sora that I fought that just kept spamming neutral B. And... yeah, no, I've just hated Sora ever since. Not that I've never beat Sora since then. Like, there has been laggy online Soras since then that I've beaten. But I just don't like fighting Sora. Ever since the neutral B spam incident of 2020 something. Horrible. There's people on Twitch. There are people on Twitch. I feel your hatred for Sora. He's actually the worst. Sora does suck. Despising Sora right now. But yeah. I don't like Duck Hunt changing where the camera is going. That fucks with me. I'm trying to think of like other things that characters do that piss me off. Duck Hunt changing the camera, Sora just existing. Game & Watch... I hated that people didn't think Game & Watch was as good as he was, back when people thought... Like, basically before Mia, people didn't really... You know, people underestimated Game & Watch a shit ton. And then Mia came along and then, you know, made everyone realize, oh wait, Game & Watch is top 3. So now I don't really care about Game & Watch being as good as he is anymore, because, you know, everyone's aware. Everyone knows. If you get fucking destroyed by Game & Watch, then it's okay. It's like, you know, he's top 3. It's fine. It's okay. And also playing Game & Watch a bit. I played Game & Watch a little bit. And yes, he is broken. You're about to think, hold on a minute, he's played Game & Watch. He'll think that Game & Watch isn't maybe as good as he thought it was. But no, Game & Watch is broken as fuck. Even after playing it. I think it's actually more that I haven't fought against many Game & Watchers in a while. And the ones that I do fight are just like the online ones that are kind of easy to fight against. Like even Kazuya. I'll fight some online Kazuya, and it's just someone who is either a bot or it's someone who doesn't really know how to play the game. And, you know, if I'm playing my main, like if I'm playing Kirby, the Kazuya's getting destroyed. Not only is Kirby decent into Kazuya, maybe even if not, like if we're talking actual players, then maybe it's Kazuya favored. I just haven't fought many good Kazuyas. But Kirby does good into Kazuya. So every time I fight Kazuya, they'll just they kind of just get destroyed online. But I need to fight some good Kazuyas. I need to. Even some decent Kazuyas have fallen to my Kirby. You know what? Yeah, do you want to know what the worst move in the game is, though? Insyn side B. The mental asylums couldn't cure me from the trauma it causes. That is true. Insyn side B does. Like, when you get hit by Insyn side B, it's like, ah, shit, am I going to survive this? Or if it's online, you hope that they mess up the timing. Which I have many times as I've played Insyn. You know, as an Insyn player, I'll mess up the timing and then no opponent's like, oh, thank God, I survived. I survived getting hit with Insyn side B. But yeah. I played a good few characters now, actually. It's just characters like Isabelle. Never played, probably won't play Isabelle. Or Zelda. Or Duck Hunt. There's just so much of the roster that I just don't think is fun to play. Or at least I don't have the draw to play them. You've been killed by Insyn side B at 30%, 50 too many times. I mean, that's one of the things with Insyn is that, you know, once he has revenge, that going with his side B, you die it. Well, if you don't die, then you take 70% or whatever it is. Depending on how much revenge he's done. What do you think of my Kazuya, by the way? He needs some work, but we're getting somewhere, I think. I can't remember, to be honest. It was a while since we last played. But if I remember the last time we played, just your general gameplay was pretty good anyway. So I'm sure your Kazuya was probably good. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm pretty decent against Kazuya in general anyway. I remember using the reflector to kill your cloud limit blade beam at 60. That is funny. You get, well, you just like reflect. See, I think sometimes with Kazuya, you just you don't expect the reflector, even though you remember. Oh shit, he has one. It's a bit like Rob. Like, hold on a minute, he has a reflector. He has a reflector on his side B. Why? Why did they do that? And it's especially funny with Rob because Rob is a broken ass fuck enough with his general shit. He doesn't need a reflector on his side B. He doesn't need it. There's many things that my character needs, but you know, Kazuya does not need that. Fucking does not need that in the slightest. How am I doing? I'm doing good, Neckwell. I'm doing good. Kazuya Reflector is a 2.4x multiplier, but it's really hard input to land. You basically have to read your opponent. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things with Kazuya is that a lot of his stuff feels very committal. Because, I mean, I haven't played Kazuya because I don't actually have him as a DLC character, so I can't actually play him. The only DLC I have is Steve, but yeah. Every time I've played against him, most of his moves feel really committal, to the point at which I can just sort of wait for him to do a move, and then punish it, and then profit. That's kind of Kazuya as a matchup generally. You just whiff punish him and you're good. You got a double dash, press A, and then it's frame 8, only active for a few frames, and you have to be grounded, of course. I see. Yeah, it's a timing thing. You have to have good timing in Smash. It is a fun game. And it's funny to say that I wish more people played it, because a lot of people do play it. But not enough to where, like, if I went on tournament mode, I'd be playing against mostly bots. And on the rare chance I'll get, like, an actual player to play against. You know, it'll be 1 out of how many? Like 8? It is strange. But I think it's more just that there's a lot more casuals in Smash than there are competitive players. I was getting matchup info for Kazuya versus Kirby from ESAM. I told you about that. Ah, I see. Kazuya versus Kirby. I mean, what does he say against Kazuya versus Kirby? Does he just say to hit the combos? He's just like, make sure you hit those combos, and he will die. He will die. You don't have to worry. Expect when he's gonna down B, except when the time he doesn't down B. I don't know. You gotta approach with aerials. I see. Combo aerials into electric. Yeah. His Kazuya's 0 to death is basically comboing fair or dare. I don't know what it is because I don't have the character, so I can't actually do the Kazuya combo. But you can do it from grab as well, where you do grab into electric, into some hit that combos back into electric, and then you do some hit that sends them down, and then you can do like forward smash or up smash, one of those. So if you do the aerial hit that is supposed to combo them into electric, then, you know, it's like if you grab them, but you put them in the combo, basically. Down throw electric doesn't work on Kirby because he can just jump out. I see. I see, I see. See, that is useful info. That is useful info for me. For me in particular. Yeah. I think it's a decent matchup for Kirby, personally, but... tis what tis. Never go for it on Kirby anyways, yeah. I don't think I've really been hit by it either, so... I guess the Kazuyas know. The Kazuyas know that they shouldn't do it. The fuck? I was about to say where the mangroves at. There was a severe lack of mangrove trees. You gotta learn so many specific percent and character related things for Kazuya. Yeah. I really feel like Kazuya's combos into death. You need to know like the percentage that you hit this this thing into a kill move, basically. Eh. Not enough sack space. Yeah, I think it's just inventory space. Hold on. If I do that, do I have enough space now? Am I good? I am good. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Another million for the cause. Or 1.4. You know what? I'll do sell offer. There's no difference to me, I guess. One of the best things you can do is crouch / down tilt because it low profiles electric. Yeah, that is true. Down tilt is just good in general anyways. It's a very nice move for Kirby. His tilts are very nice. You get up tilt, down tilt. Forward tilt's pretty good as well. I hit my, I hit my F tilt into down tilt jab lock. I guess it's a down tilt lock because it's not using jab. But yeah, I hit my down tilt lock and then forward smash. And then life is good. If it kills, that is. If it doesn't kill, it's just, a potential edge guard. Or the person techs it. And then you have to, you have to do a little bit of tech chasing. All fun, really. All fun. Fun parts of the game. I do need to get better at edge guarding with my Kirby, though. It is... It is indeed something I need to do more of. So the problem with, like, edge guarding as Kirby is, characters will just fall out of my shit. I'll try and forward air. And then, forward air 1 just, they'll fall out of that and it's just like, ah, okay. That's great. Or even nair. Like, I'll hit weak nair, and then the character just goes nowhere. You gotta hit strong nair. Which is more difficult than you'd think sometimes. I was told the best counterplay with Steve to Kirby is down tilt. Is down tilt is a well-spaced Steve down tilt. Oh, it's a Kirby down tilt is a well-spaced Steve down tilt. I see. I don't know why, but Kirby's nair kills. It definitely should not. I think he needs it. I'm happy that Kirby nair kills. I mean, the thing is, like, even if Kirby's nair didn't kill, we could just use back air. You could just turn around in the air and back air, pretty much. I mean, it's probably better to use back air anyway, because it's a little bit, there's a little bit more range and kills earlier. But nair is also quite nice. Yeah, the thing with Kirby is it's just, I like getting in. I'm gonna get in and just start mashing. I want to start mashing, that's my thing. And to be fair, that's the game in general. You just do a little bit of mashing. A little bit of mash, never hurt anyone. Except from me when I get comboed and die. Because I mashed too hard. He flings his arms and spins a bit. Why is that throwing me like a basketball, bro? Flings his arms and spins a bit. It looks so weak. I mean, a lot of characters' moves look a lot weaker than they actually hit. Like, I don't see what from most back airs you can see like, okay, that would do some damage. But nairs, it's like, okay, they changed their feet around. There's no way that had a little fucking there is zero way that them moving their legs in that direction had any power in it whatsoever. Like Fox's nair hits way harder than it would actually hit in real life. That nair would do nothing, man. Most nairs where the character literally just extends their legs a bit would do absolutely nothing. It's like, okay, you changed your leg position in midair. It's not gonna actually deal anything. Fox Nair is good because it's safe, fast, and unpunishable, not necessarily for the damage. I mean, my point would be that it hits harder in game than it would if it was based on reality. Most nairs as well. Brawler's side B, the flaming kick one, I can see how that would actually, have some power behind it. Like if you put 2 feet forward and are literally boosted by flames, that's gonna have some kick behind it. Visually it makes a lot more sense in that it'll actually have some power. It's got some oomph behind it. You know that Steve back air with no tools, his fist does more damage than Little Mac back air. Didn't necessarily know that, but Little Mac's aerials and, notorious. They're notorious for not being great. Well, I think you can hit, like, nair into stuff, so... There is, like, the tiniest uses for some of Little Mac's aerials. I think, like, down air also extends his recovery a little bit as well. Up air may be useful for something. I think his back air is actually just fully useless, though. Like, Little Mac's back air might actually just be fully useless. Steve is smacking you with a block hand while Little Mac is genuinely punching you. Yeah. I mean, Steve is Steve, though. Steve packs a punch. Those arms can, carry the weight of suns. Nuclear weapons, even, if you have mods. He can carry the universe in his palms, I think. It's pretty expected. I think also, like, what was it? Like, size-wise, his arms are... Like, if you look at the character, the arms are kind of half of the size of his torso. So think of half of the size of your torso as an arm. That's kind of crazy. That's pretty big, man. Those are some strong arms. Yeah, he can carry an entire multiverse just in his hands. Yeah, he's strong, man. Full on cube arms. See, it says, a certain amount over legendary. I'm 90% sure they released the update that adds in the extra tiers of... Do you have to unlock them? You have to unlock the new tiers of Agatha's contests. You must do, right? Because I'm sure they released the new tiers. Because there's like divine and special tiers of Agatha's contest. You think so? You don't know how. I'll have a look. We'll see what happens if I... Fuck you, Spike. Anyways, what does Agatha say? Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't really say. Uh, Maybe I have to upgrade something or whatever. Maybe I need to go to different, or I need a higher Agatha milestone maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's something that you need to unlock for it. That or the update isn't out, which I highly doubt. Ah, speaking of updates, is there anything on Alpha? Is there anything coming soon that would be, that I, need to do things for? Because you know how updates are. Sometimes they'll add in something where it's like, oh yeah, if you, or you need to like give this item to this NPC to gain a little bit of stuff in the next update. There was one fish, I think, that they were going to make soulbound that I bought before they made it soulbound, so I could, give it to the thingy-mabob over here. Saw video evidence of the divine bracket yesterday. It's very much real. Yes, I know it's a thing. It's just whether it was... I mean, if it's on main, then yeah. But, how you unlock it is a mystery. A mystery for someone who does foraging. But I am not someone who does foraging. And maybe that's unfortunate. Maybe I should do more foraging. I mean, that being said, next stream won't be foraging, most likely. Next stream will probably be another... whatchamacallit? Another rift mining stream. Most likely. Mining is based anyways? Indeed. Hello, Leaf Man. How are you doing? How are things going? Also, I've not been paying attention to my foraging level. Have I... because I'm now at 80%, have I actually gone up a decent amount this stream? That would be interesting to know. I'll have a look. Ooh, I have. I was at 7% almost at the start of the stream. Let's go. I could actually gain a foraging level in, if not this stream's time, then, if I streamed again. Pretty good. Nice to hear. Let's go. I guess that's new, right? Fuck it, we'll just claim it. How is foraging? It's alright. This is probably the first foraging I've done in months. Probably. Actually, no, it's not. When did they release the foraging update? Because I've not done foraging for a good bit. Not sure if it's exactly when the update came out, but it has been a while. See, the foraging update came out in June, so it can't be months. I see, I see. No, it can be. It can be like a month. Maybe. Oh, I could just look on my channel. What am I doing? I could just look when I last did foraging. Oh, it was 2 months ago? That's crazy. Damn it. Last time I did foraging was 2 months ago. Did you see the match between Akola and Hurt from a few days ago? Probably not. I don't think I've seen a Smash tournament in a good bit, other than I watched a tiny bit of like some American tournament, but then it it wasn't interesting enough of a top eight for me to like see it. I need you to go and see it real quick. Is it a need? Do I need to see Akola versus Hurt? The last 20 seconds of game 5, okay. That sounds a lot more interesting, to be fair. Akola Hurt. Akola versus Hurt. Was it Umabura SP12? See, it says 4 days ago, so maybe it's not. Top 8. It is game 5, so you are, you know, we're probably on the right one. See, what would be good, if, you know, is if I showed it on stream, then I could, you know, show what I'm reacting to, but oh well. So oh no, I know exactly how this is going to end. He's naring in place. He is looking for net. He doesn't even need it. He doesn't actually even need um nair into side B, into judgment. He just gets a 9. He just actually hits a raw 9. That's just crazy. Also, I didn't realize this. Akola is the one playing Game & Watch. Akola Game & Watch. That's interesting. Didn't think he had a yeah. I almost said Gaming Watch. I didn't think Akola had a Game & Watch. He developed a Game & Watch for Hurt specifically. That is kind of crazy. A Game & Watch specifically for Hurt. See, this is one of those things where it's like, if Tweak is annoyed at Steve, he should have a character for Steve. Because if Akola is, you know, bringing out the Pyro and Mithra for certain players like Spargo, I guess, and I forget who he uses it against. But like, if Akola's bringing out those characters for those players, Tweak should have a character for Steve, because there are characters that do good against Steve. I don't know if Cloud is necessarily the one, but there are good characters against Steve. And Sephiroth is not it. Okay? Sephiroth is not good enough against Steve to be accounted for Steve. In fact, Sephiroth may be worse than Diddy for that purpose. What's my main? My main is Kirby. I am a Kirby main. Sephiroth is even, it's one of Sephiroth's only good matchups. I don't think it's good enough. It just, I don't know. I don't think Sephiroth is good enough of a character, probably, to be his counter for Steve. There, I don't know, man. I think he retired anyway, so it's a shame. You have to be good at spacing, but Sephiroth can cook Steve, or cook against Steve, I promise. I'm not a believer. I'm not a Sephiroth believer, but if I see one, I don't think there even are any. I can't lie. There's just none. He was the only one, and it wasn't even his main. It was just like a secondary. Snake versus Steve. Snake versus Steve. How good is Snake versus Steve? Also, why'd you say Snake versus Steve though? I'm trying to think how good it. Steve. See, the thing is, Snake does have grenades to deal with blocks. Oh no, you know, Snake versus Steve because Akola. Akola versus, you know, bring out the Game & Watch just so that you can beat Hurt Snake. It is kind of funny because you can just, he can't pull grenades. I mean, he can, but like, if you absorb his grenades or C4, then you can just, you know, rest him effectively. You can melee rest Snake. So I'm not sure if in that matchup he just actually never pulls grenade or C4, but that is a thing. You can just destroy Snake with that. Onin 6-0'd Apollo Kage. Second best Snake a few months ago. Onin was doing pretty good though. Like Onin just in general. He was top 8 of one of those tournaments that happened recently. I forget what the recent tournament was, but it was like a S or P or something. SP tier maybe? But yeah, it was one of the pretty large tournaments. And he got top 8 in that. Oh, it was Supernova. It was Supernova. Yeah. Yeah, you do hate to see it. You do indeed hate to see it. They didn't deserve all that harassment? Yeah. It's just Steve haters, that's the thing. Steve haters are a bit irrational in their hate versus Steve. I remember having a take for it when the thing happened, but I forgot what my take was. And I was pretty like... what's the word? Like, convinced of my take. But I forgot what it was, so... regardless, don't bully people out of your community for playing a character. Please smash Ultimate players. Don't be weird. See you, Mr. Legend. Snake is even with Steve as well. Her only beat Akola because he studied Akola specifically. I see. I mean, Snake is a good character regardless. He's easily top 10. be back in an hour if you're still live. I probably won't, but if I am, then see you then. I mean, how long have I been streaming for anyway? Hour and 20 minutes. I guess we'll see. We shall see, chat. We shall see. How long will I be live for? Poll? How long will I be live for, poll? When's the Makash Smash Ultimate tier list stream? Right now. Let's go. So number 1 is Steve. Number 2 is Sonic. Number 3 is Game & Watch. Number 4 is difficult. Number 4 is definitely difficult. It's between like Rob, Pikachu, and Snake, probably. Rob, Pikachu, and Snake is probably... one of those is top 4. And then Kirby is like mid-tier. I actually saw a tier list by Shiny Mark recently, and I can't lie, it was looking... he kind of cooked. He kind of cooked. Also, I need to ban the bot in Twitch chat. No. There are bots in my Twitch chat. This is so sad. Well, it's not a bot. It's a bot that's selling bots. So I guess it's a bot. But actually, I saw something about that. People on Twitch were saying, like... oh, I don't know, like, Twitch tried to get rid of bots, and then people saw their viewership decrease, and got a little bit annoyed, I think. I think that's a thing that happened, but... I don't know. See, that's a Twitch thing anyway. That's a thing on Twitch. I mean, I'm just a viewer, a humble Twitch viewer, and then sometimes Twitch streamer. Yeah, how is skyblock for everyone? What's everyone doing in skyblock? Is it just foraging? Is that what everyone's doing in skyblock? Because I think that's what everyone's doing. Makes sense. The latest update and all. I think I asked the same question like the last stream and probably the one before that as well, but since I don't watch skyblock really at all, I mean, that's the thing, I should probably just watch Duralius's videos again. Because he can keep me somewhat up to date with what's going on in the game. If there's anything going on at all. Because that's what I kind of need. Because I'm not actively playing the game as much. I need someone to, like, give me news, basically. Skyblock news. Maybe that's why, like, news channels in Skyblock are good. It's just for people in my situation. New dungeons, 121 stonk. Ah, actually, no, I did see that. I remember that now. I saw a, was it a Doratus video? I think it must have been, but I saw a video thumbnail. I didn't actually watch the video. I saw something about like they're adding stonking as like an actual feature, which matters for the dungeons enjoyers. But um, I've not played dungeons in years, so it's I'm very much unaffected. Also, I like how this guy's called Loginator. That's funny. But that is interesting. It's potentially more stuff when they switch skyblock over from allowing people on 1.8 to going fully 1.21, and you know you're not allowed to join 1. Or you know you can't join 1.8 anymore. And that'll be an interesting time because either I'll have to get mods for my 1.21 profile, or I'll just have to tough it out with vanilla again. So you don't really play the game enough to go out and get mods. But then, if I do play the game, I kind of want mods, so probably get mods. I should probably get mods. It won't be the same though, I don't think. Like, will I have my lock slots? Will I have my lovely health bar and I don't know, all the other things that Patcher and stuff gave me? Like, the lock slots was kind of necessary. Because imagine that was a valuable item that I wanted to keep. Also, I just tried to zoom and I can't, because I don't have Optifine. And I think Optifine is probably not a thing on the later versions. Generally, it's all on about sodium and different periodic table element named mods now. Lithium. Phosphorus is a mod as well. I think they broke the naming convention at one point and had like a mod named something that isn't on the periodic table. Deplorable activities, to be fair, you know, not keeping to the mod naming scheme. SMH. SMH, my head. Shaking my SMH, my head. Also, maybe I should get rid of this, because not only did Leafman DM me, but, you know, Mr. Legend was also DMing me while I was, you know, gaming. Now I won't have the DMs in chat, because it's all gotten rid of by Sweet. I guess the tree gifts would also, you know, eventually push it out, but ah well. I'm guessing I need 5,000 in the contest to get to the next thing, but it's also got that over legendary thing. Like, that must mean that I like, actually can't get into the next thingy. I can't get into the next one because maybe it would say like, oh, you know, this amount to get whatever is above legendary, like mythic. I think it's mythic. I'm pretty sure it has to be 5,000 to get mythic. But then you probably also need the thingamabob. You probably need to unlock it somewhere. Maybe I should try and get 5,000 points, because if I get 5,000 points and I don't get into some new bracket, then I'll be good. I'll be fine and everything will be great. I'll lock in. But this one specifically. No reasons. Just lock in. I think this matters. Shit, what do I do? It's a certain amount of logs that you need to advance in the contest. So maybe the extra thing, you know, the whispers probably doesn't matter. Because that's what you get from the gifts. Well, that and, you know, those other things, but... What they want is logs, but I'm like 90% sure it isn't affected by fortune. But then if it is affected by fortune, then, you know, I need to max fortune out. What do I do? What do I do? I think it's just sweep. That's probably all I need. I've already run out of trees. This is tragic. Tragedy. And there's someone already at that tree? No. It's falling apart at the seams. Oh shit, yeah, that's a cool thing that's happening. I'm getting a new phone, chat. I'm getting a new phone. Now, I'm very sad to report that I'm not getting an Android phone. Because, it is actually the hassle of switching over. That is the reason. It's almost the same thing with, like, Linux for me. Going from Windows to Linux is that I don't want to leave anything on Windows. And I don't have to leave anything on Windows. Like, I can just bring everything over. It's just... In my brain, I'm thinking like, ah, shit, have I not brought something over? I mean, that's not the reason. Raft is the reason anyway, but... Besides the point. It is something that still makes me think with Windows and Linux. But that's the thing, like, I kind of want to have an Android, or I want to try out Android, but then switching over all of my stuff, that's like the main issue. Apple's kind of got me by the balls, man. All of my games that I've played since I was a wee lad, I need to either figure out how to transfer them over to an Android phone or lose them forever. I kind of, you know, I don't want to lose them forever, man. There's some memories there. Not only are there memories there, you know, what if I wanted to, like, remake that old game that I used to play when I was a kid into a new game? You know, and then, like, fuck around with it a bit. Add some things that I thought would be a good idea. Fun stuff. It's funny because I could just do that without the save data of my game, but... I don't know. Save data hoarder, I guess. It's like my Wii games. If only I had the save data for those as well. But yeah, the thing I'm planning for, the thing I want to do, is I want to do all Linux September. And I can't do a nice alliteration or anything, like, no Windows September or something. But it's something I want to do. I want to like try and use exclusively Linux for September in particular. Just so that when October comes around and they actually cut it off, I am prepared. I have been using it exclusively for like a long time. I think a month is long enough to like, to figure out, oh shit, insert thing here is an issue if I go to Linux full time. But like every time I've been on Linux, there's never been a thing like, oh shit, I'm still missing this. Except from like a few things that I know I need to transfer over. Like I need to transfer some data still, and a lot of Minecraft mods. I think those are the main. It's just data really, just files and stuff. Which is a bit of a pain because then you need to get some big USB to transfer data. All the data that I've accrued over the years. Hmm. How are the price of these going? They're like these Agatha's coupons have been pretty much the same. Pretty much the same price for a very long time now. Maybe like a month or 2 months. So either I should start using them or something, I guess. I could get forage, Forest Pledge 5. That would cost 60 per. You're back. Welcome back. The fuck do I do? I could get like a shit ton of mangrove fortune. I don't know. What do I do? I could get a lot of herons. In fact, you know what? I will. I'm just gonna get a shit ton of herons and max out the heron thing. Well, hold on. This is gonna give me 10 sweep, right? Yeah, this is gonna give me 10 sweep. The amount of sweep I have right now, I get 14.5 logs per. 14.5. Ah, shit. So 14.5. Hmm. 14.5. It's still 14.5. It may, yeah, it's increased by like 0.1. Yeah, that doesn't feel worth it. Did it even sell? Oh, almost. That should be a bizarre item. There's no reason for that not to be. It's barely even worth selling here. Ah, 50k. Going quick. Buy now. Leafman has a banger video idea. What is the banger? Oh, stream idea. Is it? Do you mean is? Yeah. Is it the ultimate tier list? Is that what you're on about? As I don't think my ultimate tier list would be too interesting. Because I was looking at Shiny Mark's tier list and I was like, he's kind of cooking, you know? He's kind of spitting. But Shiny Mark's tier list is pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't know if I agree with Kirby's placement. Might be a bit lower than that. But otherwise, pretty good. One of the rare tier lists where I think Kirby is placed too high. A Kirby matchup chart would go hard too. That is true. I could mold about Sora. I could cope about Steve. And I could relay my confidence in the DK matchup. I could be like, Kirby beats DK. Straight up. Facts, for real, for real. Kirby beats DK and K. Rool and goes even with Ridley. And then probably like very mildly beats Bowser. You really put Pika at second place, he's the same as every Pika player ever. I mean, I wouldn't put Pika second. I'd put Pika potentially fourth. Potentially. I believe it. What can DK do it off stage versus Kirby? I mean, that and it's just really easy for Kirby to get a hold of DK. Like once Kirby has a hold of DK, then it can be death, it can be off stage, and then the off stage game Kirby wins. DK does have some like I don't know, like ding dong stuff, and then DK can kill early, but Kirby can also kill DK early. Kirby can just edge guard DK much better. Put Pika at 7th. I wouldn't put Pika much higher. But 7th is respectable. Respectable. Anywhere from 4th to 7th, that's kind of aight. It's kind of okay for Pika. But I'm not a Fox believer. We all put Fox at like 5th. And to be fair, he is good. Very well-rounded. But then, I am very biased against characters that have a bad recovery. And Fox recovery isn't even that bad, but it's just, as a Kirby player, me just down airing, I don't know, it's a decent matchup for Kirby. Kirby at least goes even with Fox. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Fox's recovery is arse. It can be okay. It can be okay. I don't know. People put Fox too high sometimes. Well, let's look at the Smash Ultimate official tier list. Images. Is this number 2? Yeah, this is the second one. I think there's a third one. Yeah, the third official tier list has Steve as first, Sonic as second, and then Snake as third, which is a little crazy for Snake. I think Snake could be like fourth. I think I said this before, sorry, no, after you left, but um, four, I'm not sure which rhymes, but you know, fourth wise, it could either be Snake, Rob, or Pikachu. Those are all like top 4 level characters for me. They're all top 4. They can all take the top 4th spot. And then somewhere below those characters is Joker. Joker is really good. Um, and then, I don't know, man. It gets weird after that. It gets strange and weird. Like, I can be convinced either way with a lot of the ones below that. Like, Peach probably isn't there, but is close. And then you've got, see, I don't see enough of Min Min to put her up there. But then people just do put her up there. So, like, I don't know. But then you also see Doromigi being ranked first, which not deserved in my opinion. Anyway. Anyway, Doromigi being ranked first with said character. So then Cloud is probably not there. But Cloud is also good. Fox is also there. But I don't know. In fact, hold on. Run it back. What was the tier list like again? Yoshi probably isn't there either. But it's just a name I'm going to put out there. Kazuya, see, these are all characters that probably should be there, but which way you order them is the thing. It's interesting. Luigi has been doing numbers as well. Luigi has been doing some big numbers. Luigi definitely feels better than Peach. Have you not seen Onin versus... or Onin, sorry. Have you not seen Onin versus Doromigi? Is Min Min made Steve look like FP1 versus... Wait. Oh, Fighter Pass 1 instead of Fighter Pass 2. I don't know, man. I've not seen a lot of Doromigi, but then seeing him play at SmashCon, I was like, ah, okay. He's kind of cooking, though. I was like, I've never seen him. Why is this guy number 1? Oh, wait, he's kind of cooking, though. He's kind of cooking. He's cooking, though. He's cooking. He's spitting. He's spitting. Spitting facts on the gameplay. On the field. Yeah. Also, Olimar is way too high on this tier list. Olimar is not that good. Sora needs to be a little higher, not too much higher. Pac-Man should probably also be a bit higher. Also, Zero Suit should be lower. But not much lower. You know, there's some things where I'm like, oh, that character should be like a few places down. That character should be a few places up. But pretty much, that's the same with like all tier lists, it seems. There's some tier lists where it's just like, okay, what the fuck is that character placement? Why have you put the Belmonts as the worst in the game? We all know Ganon is the fiercest fighter to put in fucking, you know. It's his place. That's where he goes. You're supposed to put Ganon in the worst. That's his purpose, man. Also, it's funny that Shiny Mark, who's played Ganon quite a bit, also puts him as worst. It is funny. Belmonts don't have one good move. They do have their, like, their, what do you call it? Their one thing. The Belmonts have their one thing, and it's just axe throw, fire thing. Like, they just loop that thing over and over again. And it's funny because it's just every single player of that does it. It just, yeah, I don't know how to describe it. It's Belmont's one thing is that singular loop. Ganon has two good moves, while Belmonts only have Holy Water. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I can agree with Belmont's being the worst. Ganon kind of feels like he deserves it. But DDD. I'm just gonna throw it out there. DDD. DDD kind of is in that conversation. At times. He kind of is. True, worse than the game is Sephiroth? No. Sephiroth may be bad, but he's a little bit better than that. I may not be a Sephiroth believer, but I'm a believer in him being better than bottom tier. Belmont recovery being worse. What do they have? Did they have a tether? Sephiroth is bottom 10. I can see it. I can see it. He does have a good shield break punish, but then what character doesn't? What character cannot kill you off a shield break? See, that's the thing. Like, if Kirby could get consistent shield breaks, he might actually be one of like a whole tier higher. Because Kirby see, Sephiroth has some things that will break shield, and then with his shield break, he can one-shot you. And Kirby can also one-shot you with a fully charged hammer. But if Kirby had a good shield break, that would be kind of sick. I mean, most of the time Kirby can kill off a shield break with forward smash anyway. His shield break wouldn't be nearly as good if he didn't have the literal best shield break punishers in the game. Yeah. I mean, Sephiroth just does have his neutral B. His neutral B is, one of the best. I mean, once it kills from 0, then you can't really do much better than that. The thing is, Kirby's doesn't necessarily kill from 0, but it's somewhat close. It's close enough to where it's like, yeah, if you get a shield break, you can just fully charged hammer them. And at the very least get, like, I forget how much it does, like 40%. Seth is way too awkward at close range. At least Min Min has Nair and a long grab. True. True. Seth grab and Nair suck. Sephiroth does not have like a fast... Doesn't really have many fast things. Kind of needs to set up his lagless stuff. His Nair is frame 10 and it doesn't even count as a disjoint. Yeah. Because I know his fast thing is his Nair, but his Nair isn't even that fast. But yeah, I don't know, that's Smash for you. Funny game. See, whenever I've tried to play Luigi, it's a whole separate thing, but whenever I've tried to play Luigi, I just can't hit his up B. I mean, I can, it's just hard. It's so much harder than rest, and it is a smaller hitbox, so it makes sense. But yeah, it's pain. It's a pain thing about Luigi. Luigi's kind of just the better, not the better rest, but Luigi has like down throw into up B. And then, I mean, it's not only that, he's got down throw into cyclone, down throw into back air. You know, he's got his 0 to death. Feels like a character that Hungrybox should play, but then he doesn't, you know? Because Hungrybox's melee thing is, oh, I grab you up throw rest, or I get a tech chase rest, or I back air you till death. Which isn't really Luigi, to be fair. And he also doesn't like playing warrior. Ah well. At least Mewtwo has combos and can throw at more than one move in a second. True. I mean, Mewtwo is large, though. Large characters is... You have to be Rob if you're a large character. And even then, that's like Rob's weakness, is he's large. Which isn't a big enough weakness for him to, you know, not be one of the best in the game, but... Yeah. Mewtwo is heavier than Sephiroth. That is interesting, but Mewtwo is also larger than Sephiroth. Or at least he feels larger. Seph is tall. True. He's tall and slim. Very mildly locked in. If Sephiroth's wing was permanent, he would be mid at best. What does his wing even do? It just gives him like an extra jump. I never even, like whenever I fought Sephiroth, I never really noticed the wing. If it's supposed to be a mechanic that matters, then it doesn't really. It definitely doesn't feel like it matters. Like he gets an extra jump. Ooh. Ooh, scary. Ripper me timbers. Third jump, 30% damage buff and better speed. And super armor smash attacks. See, I always thought he always had super armor on his smash attacks. Didn't know it was just when he had one wing. I see, I see. The third jump is actually insane. But my Kirby-an is billions of jumps. My Kirby. I mean, that's one of the sad things about Kirby is his subsequent jumps just get smaller and smaller until it feels more like a hover instead of a jump. It's a bit sad, to be honest. They should have, you know, they should give Kirby more stuff. Kirby and Smash Ultimate Deluxe should be, you know, should have like zero penalty on his jumps. You should, you know, you should have the same height with all of his jumps. Kirby's main recovery is his jumps. Yeah, that and up B. He's got jumps, up B, a decent air dodge as well. It's not quite Ness air dodge, but it's kind of close sometimes. Like some of the best lengthwise air dodges, you got Kirby, Jigglypuff, and Ness. There's probably others, but those are quite notable, I think. Kirby's up B goes about as high as Little Max. It's all in the jumps. Kirby's up B goes a decent bit. It's not small. It definitely helps. He does need it. Definitely needs it. If you can get his up B close enough to snap to ledge, or like close enough to where, you know, it's like on the edge of snapping ledge, then it's it should be safer at least, I think. I do believe that's how it works. It's interesting how in the later versions of this game, they've made it so that the party invite is a lot smaller. Like in 1.8, it's fucking massive. But then 1.21 and etc. It's just so... It looks so clean, you know? It looks so clean and compact compared to the ones before. Also, I just realized I should probably actually just, when I'm foraging, at the very least, do the beacon. Because even though I've done the last bit of it, I need to actually do this bit as well. The extra bit of foraging fortune. Sorely needed. Well, I think I'm feeling like ending streaming. I'm feeling like it. I don't even need to lock my slots. Does that mean you won't join my party? No, I won't join your party. Um, we'll go into that backpack. I forget which order it's supposed to be in. Wait, hold on a minute, I've cooked. There we go. That might be wrong. Do you want to play some Smash, or? I think I'll end stream here. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, follow on Twitch, potentially. I don't know when I'll next stream. But if when I next stream, it will be back to Timite mining. Oh yeah, I'll be doing some Timite mining, and there'll be more fun streaming to I don't know. I'll be streaming that. But for now, I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye. And then hopefully, when I stream next, I can say, oh, I recorded that fucking that raft tour, so I can, you know, I can fulfill my self-imposed Linux-only September. Anyways, goodbye.